Thank you for being here.
Hello. I wanted to start out tonight by presenting some pretty astounding statistics. About 15% of 7th graders have experimented with marijuana. Alcohol use usually starts by the age of 11, and stronger drugs like cocaine, heroin, ecstasy, and methamphetamines are usually first experimented with around age 15. Most people see these statistics and quickly forget about them because they're just that, they're statistics. Cold hard facts seem meaningless until they affect your own children. My family is among the heartbroken whose story lies beneath these statistics. We are real, we hurt, and we cry. When a parent loses a child to drugs, you feel like a fish out of water. You're flopping around, trying desperately to survive this horrible nightmare. Fighting feelings of guilt, dealing with the what-ifs, and trying to find the whys. If the heartbreak isn't horrendous enough, society has stigmatized us, and they say only bad kids do drugs, right? That's terribly wrong. I'm compelled to do what I can to inform everyone that not only bad kids do drugs, good kids do drugs too. Talk and listen to your kids, and begin early. What's early? In most cases, 10 years old. Start by asking what your child knows about drugs, and listen, really listen. Pay attention to the warning signs. No one is immune. Drug addiction is a disease that has no boundaries. My son Jason died November 18th, 2011. An officer knocked on my door to tell me that my 26-year-old son was found dead from an overdose of Oxycontin and heroin. My head began to spin, and I began to cry uncontrollably, sick to my stomach. He was my only child. He had been my whole world, and he was gone forever. Jason was what I thought was a typical kid. He was well-liked, thoughtful, kind. Jason had an amazing, beautiful heart and was always ready to help. Jason, well, in high school, he had experimented with marijuana and alcohol, and I thought it was normal. He was a typical teenager. We talked about everything, at least so I thought. Jason and I had always been very close, yet somehow this slipped through. In 2002, Jason quit high school and received his GED. He was anxious to start working. He wanted to be a chef. He loved to cook, and that's the only job he ever really wanted. So while working one night in the kitchen, he got badly burned and required a visit to the hospital. The pain was unbearable, and they gave him Oxycontin to relieve the pain. When the pain didn't go away, they gave him more to relieve his pain, and even more. Before long, he was hooked. After that, we went through a couple of years of him getting into trouble with the law, quitting drugs, going to rehab many times. Then after a second injury and another trip to the hospital, they again prescribed medication, even though I called the hospital and explained to them that he was an addict. They still prescribed Oxycontin. For he was over 18, and I didn't have a choice. So after many trips to rehab, to the jail, to a drug program through the jail, counselors and halfway houses, we finally got past it. Jason was finally doing really well, living on his own, in Bradenton, working, and what I thought we were getting through all this. We were planning Thanksgiving weekend. We talked the morning of his death, and he was excited about coming to visit. He had a new puppy, and he was anxious for me to meet Dallas, and I was happy to hear the excitement in his voice. It's been almost 2 years since then. 2 years since I've heard him say, "I love you, Mom." And 2 years since I received one of his signature bear hugs. Contrary to popular belief, the passage of time does not diminish the heartbreak. We just get a little stronger and able to deal with it better. Our lives as we knew it ended that day. Jason's suffering is over, yet ours endures. Parents, talk to your kids. Listen to your kids. Learn what to look for. Learn how to help, and don't let your child become a statistic. Thank you.